welcome to the Razzle Dazzle Show, a podcast where we talk about our favorite video games and all things pop culture with an emphasis on our favorites. I'm your host, Jared, and our guest today is Cosevie. Cosevie, also known as V, is a cosplayer, performer, and streamer from the UK. They have been a cosplayer since 2018, mostly focusing on cosplaying from games and anime, with Zelda and League of Legends being the media they cosplay from the most. Alongside cosplaying, they have also been performers since they were 6 years old and has an extended diploma in performing arts. V loves to incorporate performances into their cosplay, whether that be acting or idol performances, and they hope to go on to compete in more cosplay competitions with costumes they have made. V has also been a streamer on Twitch since 2021, but took a break to finish their education. They're now gearing up for the return to streaming. Please let us know what you think about this episode somewhere on the internet. Be sure to follow us on our socials and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Links to them are down below. And with all that being said,
it's Razzle Dazzle time! Yay!
Hello V, thank you so much for being on the show. How are you today?
I'm very good today. I'm very warm because we're in the UK and we're going through a bit of a heat wave at the moment, but I'm good. I'm really good.
Yeah, it's Florida where I am, and it's also warm and humid, and it's currently raining. So then whenever I step outside, it literally means I'm swimming walking out into the car. Yeah, not fun. Quick Kickstarter, if you could step into the world of any game or anime you've cosplayed from, which one would you choose?
Zelda. Because
yeah.
I just know it like the back of my hand. I have I think over 600 hours on Breath of the Wild, so I would probably step into Breath of the Wild and I would know where everything is. I would know how to survive in it against all like the monsters, and so I'd just beeline straight for that one if I was given a chance.
I understand. Yeah, I am a major Zelda fan. The Legend of Zelda is my favorite video game franchise, period. My favorite game is Minish Cap, so I'm assuming Breath of the Wild is yours.
Breath of the Wild is my favorite. It was also my first one. Oh, and speaking of, there's my alarm.
Perfect.
Which is Zelda's lullaby.
I love it.
Turn that off. So just proving further that it is one of my favorite franchises.
I love that so much. That could not have happened at a better time.
Yeah, no, I forgot to turn my alarm off. That's telling me to post on TikTok, so I keep on top of my posts.
Well, we'll dive deeper into the Zelda talk and, of course, the cosplay. But before we get there, can you tell us where did you grow up and how would you describe the musical background of your childhood?
Oh, so I grew up in the UK in the Midlands, and I've basically stayed in one place my entire life. I've only moved house once, and it was further down the road. I've been in the same place my entire life. And with my musical background, I've been doing musical theatre since I was 6 years old. I got taught to read music at a very young age. I was in like my church choir, and so music has sort of always been like a big part of my life. I used to play the violin. I still play the piano a bit. I do singing. I could play the ukulele. I could play the guitar. I could play the ocarina. It's a wild... I'm a very musical person. I come from a musical family. My mum and dad both sing, and they've both been in like musicals and everything.
Wow. Like ocarina, I want to touch upon that. Is that stemming from your love of Zelda, or were you like already into it before you discovered Ocarina of Time?
Oh no, the ocarina was purely because of Zelda, and I
thought, me
too. That's a real instrument, and I got one and I picked it up. And like I'm a very fast learner when it comes to music. I learn most things by ear. So if I hear a tune, I can just spend about 5 minutes figuring out how to play it, and then I can bash it out in about like 10 minutes with a bit of practice.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, I consider myself a musician, big air quotes, right? Like I know how to play the saxophone. I am learning the bass, and I have also taught myself how to play the ocarina as well. I have a alto and soprano plastic ocarina. Plastic because it's cheap and the most easily obtainable at a music store.
Yeah.
So that's super freaking cool. I love it. Do you know the cosplayer by any chance? Not Quite Icarus?
It does ring a bell.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, no, I'm mutuals with them. Yeah. No, it rings a bell. I've spoken to them before. That makes me look like such a bad person, but I am terrible with like names and faces. There were people, I went to MegaCon Manchester a few months ago, and there was someone who came up to me, and I was in a cosplay group with them.
Yeah.
Like in November, and they came up to me, and I was like, I'm sorry, who are you? I can't remember names. And then they said their name, and like, because I speak to them loads, and I felt so bad. Like my memory's that bad with sort of like names and faces. It's terrible.
Yeah, no, I get it. I bring him up because I'm friends with him. He was on the show a little while ago, and he also plays the ocarina too. I just wanted to bring up that fun fact.
Yeah.
He is a Link cosplayer for the audience. Go check out his episode. But anyways, okay, cool. Instruments you have had a ton of in the household. Do you have any siblings?
I do. I have a half sister who is literally just left today. She was visiting up for a bit, and she's literally just gone back down to where she lives today.
Does she also play any instruments or anything, or it's just like
she sings? She was a singer. She was in a cathedral choir when she was younger.
Wow.
So when we say we're a musical family, we are a very musical family.
A very musical family. Cool. So what kind of music was being played in the household? Like by your parents or by your sibling?
I grew up mostly surrounded by classical music. When I was younger, I used to go to sleep to Classic FM, which is a radio station, playing in the background. And obviously I got brought up a lot of like choral music because I sang in my church's choir, sang in the cathedral choir, and we also musicals, because my parents were big musical fans. They would be in a lot of musicals, and so we would always have books and CDs of just different musicals lying around.
Like Broadway or
just any musical, mostly Broadway, probably some West End ones as well, but like it's just a wide variety. Mostly, I would assume, mostly from like the 1960s, 70s.
Right. Do you remember the first band or musician that really got your attention when you were young? Not influenced by your parents or your other family members, you.
Oh, I was a big Disney Channel kid.
Yeah.
So I remember watching High School Musical when I was younger, and like all the musical films. So High School Musical, Teen Beach Movie, Descendants, and those were like my three like musicals. Like I love this. This is great. And I remember when I got like my first iPad, they were the first songs I downloaded onto. And like when I went like down for holidays in the car, I would just listen to Teen Beach Movie soundtrack on repeat. And I loved that musical so much. It was so good, and it really spoke to me for some reason.
Interesting. So not a real band then technically, but that's where your own taste in music started evolving.
Yeah, a lot of movie
That's
soundtracks
so cool.
when I was younger.
Can you think of like your first actual band or musician?
Oh, because my music, I haven't really found like a good music taste until recently, where I've been really getting into K-pop. My music taste has always like really changed over the past years, and I could not tell you what my favorite band was when I was younger, other than like movie soundtracks and that sort of stuff. I cannot remember. I actually can't remember. You've really stumped me there. But I know recently I've been getting into like K-pop stuff, and two of my
Demon Hunters.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And I sort of got into K-pop through gaming, because my first exposure to K-pop was KDA,
League of Legends. Yeah.
And so like listening to that, and then I found Idol through KDA because they provided some of the singing voices for them, and then I eventually found K-pop as a genre, and then I looked into like Le Sserafim and that sort of like area. And that's like honestly the most that's the first time I can remember like fully like liking like an artist or a band.
Yeah.
Because when I was younger, all I can think of now is just choral music, musicals, and like soundtracks from movies, and that's all I can think of.
I love that. So outside of Disney, right, of the Disney musicals, what other kind of movies were you watching?
Oh, Coraline was a big one for me growing up. I used to love watching Coraline. It really scared me when I was like quite young, because I remember when I first watched it, I was still I was still quite young. And then like as I watched it more and like I grew a bit older, I was like, this is such a sick film. Like this is so good, and I loved it, and I watched it so much that I'm pretty sure if we had the time and you asked me to, I could quote the entire film. I'm just putting that out there if you want that as an episode idea.
If we ever decide to do a Coraline specific episode, that's just all it's going to be. We're just going to have you on, just be like, all right, go.
Yeah.
The first time, this just reminded me, the first time I watched Coraline was during my first ever camping trip. It was a terrible idea.
Did you sleep
Not
well
my
that
idea.
night?
No, I didn't. For multiple reasons. For one, being my first camping trip, I'm like, bears, snakes, they could be anywhere. And on top of that, Coraline. I don't remember if I finished the movie because it was like me and my parents, my mom and my stepdad were like visiting my stepdad's friends who lived in this like camping place. I don't like this camping facility. I don't know. He was like a hippie or something. And my parents slept in the car while I was in a tent with this guy. And he was like,
This random guy.
yeah, I mean, like random to me because I didn't know him before this, you know, so I don't know. Not a good call, really, I think. But anyways, he was like, you know what movie we're going to watch? Because he had a laptop, because you bring your laptop when you go camping.
Yeah.
Coraline. He puts on Coraline. It's already like 10 p.m. and it was like not a fun thing. He like fell asleep through like the beginning of the movie. So I was like in my sleeping bag, just mortified watching the thing while like nature was happening. Yeah, it was. That's a vivid memory that you brought up for me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you remember the first physical music you've owned that was yours? Your first CD, your first vinyl record, cassette tape, even?
Ooh, my first CD was a bit of a bad one because it was a secret Santa present from like year 3, and it was a Justin Bieber CD. I had no interest in Justin Bieber whatsoever, and it was like it's such an awful, because it wasn't music I was interested in. It was like such an awful first CD, so that was like really bad. And then my first vinyl, I want to say it was Billie Eilish.
Wow.
Her album, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like the yellow one with the ladder in the middle, and then she's like sitting at the bottom, and I cannot remember what it's called.
Yeah, I don't listen to Billie Eilish, so I don't know either. But cool.
I used to a lot, and then I stopped.
Yeah.
And I tune back into her music sometimes, but I'm just a casual listener now. But I remember that would be my first vinyl. Which
is also pretty cool because I feel like we're the same age. That being one of your first like physical forms of media, that's also really cool. Yeah. So just because of how relatively young we are, I think that's cool. So this next question requires a bit of context, so please bear with me.
Ooh.
I mentioned to you before that I am a producer and audio engineer for an NPR PBS station in Southwest Florida, and we have this other show called 3 Song Stories where we tell people's biography through music. The guests will come in, they would pick 3 songs that every time they listen to these songs, they immediately get transported back to a time and place that they have a significant story associated with it. It could be anything. It could be a funny little anecdotes. It could be like something serious, something important to their lives, something depressing, whatever. I want to ask you off the top of your head, do you have one song story you're willing to share?
Hold on, let me bring up my Spotify on my other monitor. Give me a second.
Do it.
Let me look through my like songs on my playlist. I'm trying to have a look because I've got okay, this one, it was fairly recently, but it connects to a lot of my childhood, and it would be I Am the Doctor by Murray Gold from Doctor Who Series 5. This is such a random one, but Doctor Who has been a massive part of my life. I've been watching it basically since I was a baby because my sister used to watch it and my family did. So I would be there as an infant watching, like probably not watching, but being present when the reboot was just happening in 2005. So I grew up with Doctor Who, and then the first episodes I remember watching were Matt Smith's era. The first episode I actually remember watching was the Weeping Angel one, and I was terrified, and I remember, like, it was horrible. I was literally traumatized. But Matt Smith has remained my favourite Doctor, and recently I got to go to the Doctor Who proms, because they brought it back for the 60th, and I was literally so happy. I ran into my dad saying, "Dad, like, please, can we try and get tickets? You know how long I've been wanting to go to this for?" And he got me tickets, and we went. Me and my mum and my dad went to London. We drove down, and I started crying when I Am the Doctor started playing, because like Matt Smith, like his entire series, hold it very, very close to my heart. And I just started bawling, and it was the one show where it was being filmed to put on the BBC, and I put on my story afterwards saying, "Please do not put me on the TV hysterically crying over Matt Smith. Please do not do that. And luckily they didn't. And then when I rewatched it at Christmas, I started crying again. And I cried about 7 times in that night because of how like good the music was, because it was like full concert, like blasting into my soul. And I was just overcome with like happiness, and it just made me so happy. So I'd probably pick that one to go back to.
How does that song fit into your life today?
I think it's just a great motivator and also a great reminder of like how my childhood is like still connected to me now. Like I haven't lost a lot of my interests, and I've still got like my child at heart in me today, and it just sort of gives me a bit of joy and it fuels my interests, the rest of my interests as well.
Are you a fan of Winnie the Pooh at all?
I think I did watch it when I was younger, and
Okay.
I've got a Piglet mug, and I recently got some Winnie the Pooh pajamas. So I'm a bit like I know someone who loves Winnie the Pooh like way more than me, but I am a knower of Winnie the Pooh.
Understood. I bring it up because in the Christopher Robin movie with Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, like the whole point, and I guess like the whole point of Winnie the Pooh, I think it's not losing touch of your inner child, of your childhood, and like always keeping that close to heart, and not just not losing that, forgetting all the things that bring you joy. And I feel like that's super important, especially for like creators of any kind doing content surrounding the things that we love as a kid growing up, like obviously with you and your cosplays, and for me, like I talk about video games and shit all the time, so I just feel like that's super important to always keep close or keep to your heart, just not losing that inner child. So I love that you have that reminder in that song for you. It's great.
It makes me sob every time I listen to it because it's not a sad song, but
Yeah.
it does make me cry, which is weird. But it's
it's not weird at all. I get emotional every time I hear like the original Pokemon anime theme. Like I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. Like that song, I get so emotional every time. I mean, like Pokemon by itself gets me very, very emotional just because of like that inner child bit. Like it could be something so silly. It's just like even like the newest show, like Pokemon, what's it called? Horizons? Yeah, Pokemon Horizons. Like there are even some episodes now that come out, and I'm like teary-eyed by the end of it, just because of like how great Pokemon is. So no, it's not silly at all. I love it so much. And speaking of, did you have any video game consoles growing up in the household?
It was mostly Nintendo. The Wii U, DS, Nintendo 3DS. Those were the core four. And I did get a PlayStation, but that was more when I was going into like teenage years. So
right.
The Wii and like the Wii U and like a DS, those were like my main ones growing up, because my sister really liked gaming as well. So she sort of showed me the ropes and like how everything was sort of working.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you remember the first game you played?
Probably not. My memory's terrible. Wii Sports, probably, because I remember we had 2 discs of Wii Sports for some reason, and one of them didn't work and one of them did. Why we kept the one that didn't work, I don't know.
Probably you can never tell which one did or did not work just by the looks of it.
But it was always like such like an issue. So Wii Sports is probably the one that springs to mind, but I know that I did have like Nintendogs, Animal Crossing. A weird one, there was like a Tinkerbell game, like probably like a niche Tinkerbell game, and I really, really liked that one. I was a big Tinkerbell fan growing up. It was the first film I went to see, and I was obsessed with fairies when I was younger, so that one springs to mind. Probably those were my first video games, a bit random, but like some popular ones, and then just like a random, like it's like Peppa Pig the game, like that sort of like region of games.
Yeah. So when did you start getting into like obviously Zelda and League of Legends?
Oh yeah, I got Breath of the Wild on the Wii U, and then we found out that we didn't have enough storage to keep it, and we didn't have enough external storage. So when I eventually got a Switch, I think I got Splatoon first, and then I got Breath of the Wild. I started playing it because I was watching Stampy at the time play through it, and I was watching it. I was like, this is such a cool game. You know what? Like, I'm gonna get it. And then when I finally got it, I think I ended up beating the game before he finished his playthrough.
Wow.
So I literally just ran through the entire game, and then I 100%ed the game the day before Tears of the Kingdom came out.
Incredible.
So I really made it last until the next Zelda game came out.
Yes, you did. Yeah. I 100%ed Breath of the Wild during COVID because I had the time.
Hey, we all.
Yeah. So, okay, cool. Then with the Wii U storage space, I also deal with that all the time because like there was a point in time before I had like the physical versions of these games, I would always have to pick whether or not I wanted to play Xenoblade Chronicles X or the Metroid Prime trilogy because I had those on digital and I always had to pick which one I wanted on my hard drive before I had to delete the other one, then re-download it, this and that. Yeah, Wii U storage space wasn't great, but I still love the Wii U. We are one of the few people to have a Wii U. So how about League of Legends? How do you get into that?
League of Legends was mostly down to my boyfriend, my then friend. I think I picked it up in I tried to play it in 2022 because of Arcane, and I died so many times in the tutorial that I ended up just giving up until I picked it up around a year later, and I got taught to play it properly, and then I just carried on playing. I was a support main, so I wasn't completely alone in lane and I didn't get flamed all the time. And then I ended up liking it so much that I went to Worlds at the end of 2024. I saw T1 play and they won, and
cool.
I was very happy with that. And now I made a TikTok at the start of, I think it was the start of 2022, and it was just like, why am I playing League of Legends? I hate League of Legends. And then 2 years later I end up going to Worlds, and I've got 5 figurines of League up on my PC over there, and I
love that
prints on my wall of characters, and so it's kind of like a, not necessarily a full circle moment, but a weird progression.
For sure. I totally get that. I love it. I love learning how people get into one of their favorite franchises because it's just super cool. Then where does the transition to getting into cosplay start? So obviously you grew up with a lot of musical stuff. You've been performing since you were 6, since you were a kid. And you have this love, this affinity for video games as you grew up throughout the years. What made you decide to get into cosplay?
Cosplay was something that I had sort of seen before. So for a while I was also in the Miraculous Ladybug fandom.
Yep.
And there was this one channel called The 86th Floor, who are so lovely. I've become friends with the team. I did work experience with them. They're so lovely. And they did these miraculous CMVs, and I would watch them, and they would dress up as the characters. I was like, that's so cool. And then my friend in mid 2018 said, do you want to come to a Comic-Con with me? And I was like, sure, what's that? And I looked it up and I saw that people were cosplaying, and I thought, you know what, I could do that. And so I was thinking of who to cosplay, and then I thought, I love Zelda, I'm gonna see if I could find a Zelda costume. So I went on to I was scouring the internet, and I found this website called Mick Costumes, who I now get all of my Zelda cosplays from. They're an incredible company at making costumes. And I buy the costume and it arrives, and I try it on and I cosplay, and it just progressed from there because I really enjoyed it. It's an aspect of performance, because when I was younger, I would have to wait to get into character and that sort of stuff. And I used to love to dress up all the time when I was 6, 7, and so now I get to do this just in general as a hobby. I thought, this is great, I love this, and it made me so happy to do it. I would there were times where I would get into cosplay every single day, and I would just film, and I would just enjoy it so much because I just got to be this different character.
And by performance, is it only musical performances, or were you also in acting, theater, musical theater?
It was mostly musical theatre, but
okay.
did do mostly all of my acting shows were like at school.
Right.
But mostly musicals when I was like, it would be same in the musicals with my mum and dad. Like they would do musical and they said, do you need any kids? Here's my daughter, sort of thing. I was like so happy to like be in like all of the productions. It was like really fun.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I just wanted to clarify that because performing can mean a lot of things.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying. Can you give an example of a character you've performed, air quotes, rather than just dressed up as?
Oh, probably Ari from League of Legends. Because
right.
Oh, hold on. Let me do my first one actually. Yeah. Allison from Bendy and the Ink Machine.
Wow.
I cosplayed her to, I think it was Truro Comic Con, because I was down in Cornwall on holiday and there was a Comic Con happening at the same time and I thought I might as well go to that. And so I went in and I saw they were having like masquerade sign-ups and my dad was with me at the time because I was still quite young. And he went, why didn't you sign up for one? And I was like, okay, well, you know what, I'll give it a try. And so I did, and I went on stage and I performed a character. I lip synced to a song in character and I won first place for performance. Like,
wow,
just from like not knowing that there was a masquerade to winning first place of performance is a bit wild. And then the second time, which I'm going to go back to now, was KDA All Out Ari, with my friends as a KDA group at MegaCon Birmingham in 2023. We'd been practicing for a bit, and so we went up on stage and we did the performance and we won first place. And that was my second masquerade I'd ever entered. So I have 100% win streak on masquerade performance, which is so great. But those are the first times I've been cosplaying and I've also been in character, because I've had to obviously put on a performance for like the audience of the judges. Because for most of the musicals, I've always been like ensemble member number 5 and that sort of stuff. Doing cosplay was the first time I got to be like a specific character, and doing those masquerade performances was the first time I've been able to do it in character in performance.
Interesting. So can you describe a little bit more of what a masquerade performance is? Is this just like choreography, or were you actually singing?
A cosplay masquerade or like a cosplay competition is where people will go and enter and try and win prizes for their cosplay. There are different categories. So there's the performance side.
Right.
I'm going to use MegaCon's examples because I feel like they have a good system set up. So for MegaCon, they have a bard category, which is specifically for performance. You don't have to have made your costume. You just go up on stage, do a performance. It can be acting, it can be singing, it can be dancing, it can be lip syncing, it can be whatever. Just put on a performance and then you'll be judged for solely your performance. Then you have the adventurer class, and this is where you have to have made your costume in order to compete. Normally it's a certain percentage. It's around 70 to 80% completely homemade costume.
Right.
And you get judged on your craftsmanship and your performance as well. And for the adventurer class, it's people who maybe this is their first time entering for craftsmanship, that's the place you want to go to. And then you have the artificer, which is the top end of top end. You have to normally have made 90% of your cosplay, the majority of it. And you have to put on a good performance as well, and they judge you on your craftsmanship and your performance as well. Those are the main categories, and while it will be called something else for probably a different convention like MCM, those are the main sections of a cosplay masquerade. You can enter for performance, for craftsmanship, depending on what you want to do or what you've made.
And I want to bring it back to something you've said about your Zelda cosplay, that you've ordered that online. And so starting from ordering pre-made cosplays online, how did you get into just making your own by yourself?
I'm sort of still in that transition.
Okay.
Because I've only fully made one cosplay by myself. And that was my Zonai Zelda. I made it 2 weeks after the game came out.
Wow.
For a convention. And then I've since remade it a lot better, knowing I have better skills.
Yeah.
to do so. But I'm still in that transition of trying to make more of my cosplays, but it is very time consuming. And because I've only just finished college, I've only just finished my performing course, I haven't had a lot of time to do much sewing and haven't had a lot of time to do that. But now I've finished and I have free time, yay, I'm starting to plan more making costumes to hopefully enter competitions.
I do want to take this time and say that your Zonai Zelda is my absolute favorite cosplay of yours. I mean, I think the cosplay I saw online that got my attention and, you know, what made me follow you was your Rayla cosplay.
Yeah.
Because I don't see a lot of other Dragon Prince fans, period.
Yeah.
So, and I love the Dragon Prince.
Yeah, whenever I cosplay Rayla and I will post it on TikTok, I will get loads of comments going, "Oh my god, a Rayla cosplayer, no way!" Like, I haven't seen, like, I haven't, like, heard, like, of this show in, like, ages.
Yeah.
I can't believe cosplayers exist, sort of thing.
Yeah. So it's very, like, refreshing to see, like, oh shit, like, I don't see this anywhere else. Like, I can tell that the detail in your costume is, like, very high quality, or at least, like, that's what it looks like to me. I love that you have a plushie of
Stella. Oh,
Stella.
I've got her on my bed right now. She's so cute. Honestly, best thing. I got her commissioned from Smashy Fish Creations.
Cool.
And they made her for me, and they gave it to me at a convention, and they wrapped it up and put it in a bag, and I got to open it, and it was honestly so great, and I love it so much.
Yeah. So yeah, so Zonai Zelda and Rayla are definitely my top two favorite of yours, just because I'm also fans of those franchises. So it's cool to see how, like, you naturally embody these characters. I mean, even just, like, from the pictures and stuff, you know, so amazing job on that. And also just a cool thing to highlight that you've got to meet the voice of Zelda herself, Patricia Somerset.
Yep.
I do want to
freak out, because I still can't believe that, like, I've met her, and let alone
I know.
she knows me. Like,
I know.
When that happened, like, I don't know if she's gonna hear this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Like, I literally had a mini freak out in my room. Like, and my boyfriend recorded the entire thing. I had a mini freak out in my room.
Yeah, I mean, she might hear this because we've had her on the show.
Yeah.
And she follows.
I'm so worried you would bring this up, because I'm just gonna freak out. She's probably gonna hear it.
I mean, that's what we get to nerd about it together, right? So, like, she follows the show, she's been on the show, like, we're friends, you know, so, like, that's super freaking cool. So, like, you know, I don't know, Patricia is amazing. She's such a lovely person, and it's just really cool that, first of all, Patricia taking the time to fully encourage, like, cosplays in general, because of course she loves her fans, and, like, even the fan art and stuff, like, everything, and especially the cosplays. So it's first of all, she's amazing, and also second, it's just really cool that, like, you had that opportunity from your craft, from the things that you love, and you got to, like, do this thing. It's so cool.
She was so sweet when I went to meet her at Insomnia, because I was meant to go and meet her on the Friday of Insomnia. Also, Insomnia Gaming Festival. I was going to say RIP, but it's coming back, so I guess I can't say that anymore. But I was meant to meet her on the Friday, and I was quite ill on the Friday. I had terrible nausea to the point where I could not travel. And so I thought, like, because it was our only scheduled meet and greet, I was thinking, oh my god, I've lost my only opportunity to go and meet her. And I was so upset. And then I was feeling a lot better, so I went on the Saturday, and I was originally going to be cosplaying Killjoy from Valorant, but then I thought, you know what? She's got a panel today, I might as well go in Zelda.
Yeah.
And so I did go in Zelda. And I went and I sat right at the front of the panel with my friend, and she saw me, like, halfway through the panel, and she just gave me a little wave, like, hi! And then I went and met her afterwards, because she had a table at the cosplay zone, and my friends had gone and met her the previous day and got me a signed print because I was unwell, and they told her about me. And so when I went to see her, I was, like, telling her, my friends went and saw you yesterday, and she was so understanding, and I was just like, this is so sweet. And then I was like, can I get a picture with you? And, like, she said yes, and so we got a picture. And then like, it's like, as it is for, like, most guests, it's like, if you want a picture you have to pay. And she just turned to me and said, oh, don't worry, it's fine, it's on me, it's fine, don't worry. And I was like, that is so sweet. And I honestly could ramble about all of our interactions. I remember every single one of them. There's such, like, a core memory for me, because Zelda is, like, such an important character to me as well. Like, I see a lot of myself in her, a lot of the things that she struggles with, I struggle with. So she has like a big like fear of failure, like in the game, like she can't awaken her powers, and I have like a similar thing, like I'm afraid to like fail at what I'm good at. So like the character of Zelda means a lot to me, so the fact that I was able to meet the person who brought her to life is just like incredible. I could literally ramble on about this for ages.
Please.
Please change the subject, because I'm really gonna make a fool of myself.
No, you're good, but I do want to touch upon that last thing about how much you see yourself in Zelda, and I just wanted you to expand upon that a little bit.
She's like, from like the moment I think it's the reason I love the game so much, is the moment I started playing and I started seeing like all of the memories in Breath of the Wild, and I started seeing like Zelda, she was afraid to let people down, and she was afraid of like not being able to awaken her powers to save everyone, and she was afraid of failing. And I see myself a lot in that, because I really like struggled when I was younger with like a lot of my schoolwork and a lot of like my written work, and I thought, like, if I don't do this, I'm just going to be letting my parents down, I'm going to be letting like my teachers down, because they've tried to teach me, and I just like thought that like I was just going to be like a massive failure, and like I wasn't going to be able to do anything like good in my life. And so when I saw that in Zelda as well, like she was afraid of letting people down, I just thought, that is so me. And I just thought, like, oh my god, I like, this is like she sees me, I see her. It's so great. Gave me a bit of like comfort that like I was not the only person that thought this, even though like it is a fictional character. Like if like Zelda like as a character is this, and I'm like this, there's probably going to be other people out there who also feel like this. And so it gave me like a lot of comfort and someone to relate to as well.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I assume that the characters you choose to cosplay, you also see yourself in. I can see that same resemblance within Rayla, because she also goes through a similar type of journey in the Dragon Prince.
Yeah, no, Rayla was also a bit of an instant connection for me, because she didn't want to be like letting her parents down, and she didn't want to like, she wanted to try and carry on her parents' legacy, finish something that her parents like couldn't do but did do, as we later find out. And I just thought, oh my god, why are so many elf characters me? Another character is like a lot of the characters I cosplay, like I do like them, but like my favorite ones are the ones I relate to most.
Yeah.
Another one is Anzu from Romantic Killer. She really struggles like with like trying to find romance and like romantic attraction, and I'm demi-romantic, which means I have to sort of like be friends with someone before I can like find a romantic attraction in them.
Right.
And I just thought that is so me, because I never really like cared too much about romance unless I'd been like friends with them for a while, and that's sort of like, it's like heavily implied in Anzu's character, and I thought that's so me as well, and it's just so great.
I love it. Yeah. God, that's so freaking cool. I love this for you. I really do. And to continue further with the characters you cosplay, you've expressed interest already in competing more with costumes you've made yourself. What's your ultimate goal in the cosplay competition scene?
Oh, I think my ultimate goal was not going to be necessarily, because you have like all of like these, you have World Cosplay Summit, and you have like, I think it's EGC. I don't think I would ever want to like, I might end up doing it, I don't know, but it's not really an ultimate goal for me to be like cosplay world champion. Like that's not going to be it for me. But I think just to win first place in like a high category cosplay competition, I think is going to be my ultimate goal, because I know I'm probably capable of doing it. I have the performance aspect down. Like I'm not worried about my performance whatsoever. I want to do a panel at a con on performance, because I feel like I could offer some advice. But winning for my craftsmanship, I think, is gonna be like a big one, just in a high category, because I know I can get there, and I know if I practice I will be able to get there. But that's probably like ultimate goal. Nothing like, I don't want to be the best of the best cosplayer ever, end of story. I just want to like have that achievement for myself, just so like I can say to myself, you can do this, you've won this award, like you've got this in the bag, like you could do this. It's just kind of like gonna be a massive motivator for myself as well.
Yeah, of course. And I totally understand it. And I think with the already like good quality of cosplays that you have, I don't have any doubts that you'll be making it far.
I hope so. I'm starting a project soon. I am going to be making myself and my partner, Cal and Merrin from Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Sick!
Because I've recently started playing the games, and it's actually what's gotten me into Star Wars. And
cool.
So I'm going to make the costumes, do the wigs, and then my partner is going to do the props. Because he does a lot of 3D printing, and
really?
he's going to learn how to do like lights, like LED lights in the props. So
Sick.
we're going to try and do that together, and then we can enter competitions together.
Right. Oh, that's so freaking cool. That sounds like so much fun. There's this other cosplayer who's been on the show. His name is Steve Makes Cosplay. He also does Zelda related stuff too. A cool thing about his cosplays is that he has LED like props and stuff like incorporated into his cosplays and stuff like that. So it's really cool when stuff like that is done at a high quality of level. Like he has this I forget the armor set, but it's the fire dragon from Breath of the Wild with like the horns, right? And that they glow. Yeah. His horns glow. It's super freaking cool. Sick. Yeah, cool. Well, I'm really excited to see that when you guys finish it.
It's gonna be a project that doesn't have like a time limit on it. We're just gonna finish it and then see what competitions are around when we finish it.
Of course. Well, I think it's now time to get into the speed round where I'm going to ask you a bunch of silly random questions and we're going to see how you do. You ready?
No, but go ahead.
If you were the final boss in a video game, what would your title be?
AAA battery. There's context to this. I have anxiety, ADHD, and autism, and I feel like I would just be terrifying with all of those three combined in a video game. I feel like that would be my superpower.
Well, that's actually a question I'm about to ask you, but before that, what would your boss theme music be? And you can choose any song from anywhere.
Oh, Klaxon by Idol. Just because it's my favorite song, and I feel like anyone who knows me, who hears the song, they will just think of me instantly. And it's the most upbeat, summery song ever, and I just feel like it would be so funny to have in the background of the boss fight.
If you were a superhero, what would your name be, and follow up, what powers would you have?
I don't know. I feel like I would have some form of fire power. I don't know what my name's going to be yet. I'm just going to go into my powers. I feel like I would have some form of fire power. I've always sort of been a bit obsessed with fire. I love like the way it looks. And I'm also a Leo, which is a fire sign. And so I feel like I would have like fire. It would either be like fire or light powers, one of the two.
Right. I love it. Okay,
I have
cool.
no idea what my name would be. Fire Girl. I don't know. I have
very simple.
I'm Cosevie. That's my name. That will be my name.
There it is. If you can live in the world of your favorite childhood show, movie, or game, which one would it be and why?
Tinkerbell, because I could fly and I could be a fairy.
Wow.
That's it.
What kind of fairy do you think you'd be? Would you be a tinkerer?
I mean, my parents have always gone, like, oh, you're such a tinker, and I probably would be a tinker fairy. Yeah, I would be.
Which character from your childhood favorite show, movie, or game would you most like to have as a friend in real life?
Oh, I'm probably gonna go for I've got Tinkerbell in my head now, so I'd probably go for, I think, either Fawn or Zarina from the Tinkerbell films.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, yeah. Okay, next question.
If your current favorite show or movie were to be adapted into a musical, what genre of music would you envision for it?
Oh, that's such a what? Oh God! Now I've forgotten every single show I've ever watched.
Your current favorite.
Current favorite. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, probably the Dragon Prince at the moment. I don't know what genre of like songs I'd give it. I'm gonna say opera. Turn the Dragon Prince into an opera and see
That's what I'm
happens.
thinking. Yeah,
I'd just be really interested to see how they would do that.
Yeah. Are you excited for the Dragon King?
I am excited for the Dragon
Yeah.
King. I'm thinking of getting a job just to fund the Kickstarter. That'll be my main motivation for getting a job. Not, oh, I need to earn money. I need to fund this. I need this in my life.
I think just real quick, side like tangents, right?
Yeah.
I think the Dragon Prince is very slept on because it's a unique type of show, especially for animation, where like we get to see all of our characters actually grow, not just like in age or whatever, but like even with their personalities and their roles in the world, and the world is actually changing and stuff. Like the closest thing I can think about as of now, like that comes close, it's like Avatar. But even then,
it's like it's made by the same people.
Yeah.
I could never have imagined that.
But exactly, right? And that came out freaking over 10 years ago. So like in this day and age where like animation is varied, it's really a hit or a miss. Like there are a lot of animated stuff that comes out and it's not necessarily all that great, but Dragon Prince is one of those shows that's like, it is solid, and like I love that it keeps going, and there's like so much lore and mysticism and all that stuff. So like I'm very much excited for the Dragon Prince as well.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Please, creators, please give us more.
If you could attend any fictional event, for example, the Ewok celebration in Return of the Jedi, which one would it be and why? You should know that reference since you just started getting into Star Wars.
I have, yes. Wait, what film was that from?
Episode 6, Return of the Jedi.
I have not watched that yet.
Wow.
Spoilers.
Yeah, right.
No. Any celebration?
Any fictional event.
A KDA concert.
Wow. That's such a good answer.
Yeah. No, because they've probably done concerts somewhere like in the lore, and I probably want to go to that because I love KDA and I would probably start crying. So probably that. Understood.
What activities or pursuits most make you lose track of time?
Gaming.
Yeah.
Gaming. I get so distracted. I'm a pro procrastinator. So I had a shoot yesterday and it was so much fun, but I had to style the wig for it because it was in a bag. And I ended up doing it at like 8:00 in the evening the day before the shoot. It's terrible. I'm so terrible with like keeping track of time, and gaming is like a massive aspect that will help like stop me from doing stuff.
I totally understand. I have the same exact problem.
Oh, another one, bit random, Sudoku. I love doing Sudoku for some reason. I've got an app on my phone, and I will just do like Sudoku endlessly whilst like something's playing in the background, and that's another thing that makes me lose track of time.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's productive for your mind.
Yeah, it's a bit random
stimulating.
Because I'm not like a 60-year-old woman, so like I feel like me doing Sudokus like at my age is just a bit
weird. You're getting ahead of the curve.
Yeah, exactly. I've already got back problems. I might as well add Sudoku onto the list. So.
What would your 14-year-old self think of who you are today?
I think they'd be very, very happy, since when I was 14 years old, that's when I started cosplaying. They'd be very, very happy to see where I am. And I think it would be a bad thing, because they'd probably look at me and then look in the mirror and go, God, my cosplays are shit. And they'd probably stop cosplaying and branch out an alternative timeline. So that's probably what would happen. Oh,
I love it.
I think it would be awful.
Well, it is now time for you to recommend 3 people that you'll share this episode with whenever it comes out.
Let me get my Instagram up.
You got it. That you'll recommend for the show if you can help us get in contact with them.
Well, I was going to say, if it's just people I would show the show to, I would say, one, my dad. Yeah. Because he loves listening to a podcast. He's like an avid podcast listener. So I would say my dad, but I don't think he would be the right person to come on to the show because he's not a gamer. I feel like he could ramble on about musicals like I have, but he's not a gamer. He's not really into like pop culture. If you want someone to come and talk about musicals and Dad's Army, he's your guy. But other than that, 3 people. I might need a bit of time for this.
That's okay. Take as long as you need.
Ooh, let me see. I'm gonna say one, my friend Tilly Superdog, who is a streamer and cosplayer, and I feel like she would definitely be able to give like an insight into a lot of like collaborations in the cosplay scene. She's a big just dance cosplayer, so I feel like
Oh wow, okay.
she would be able to give a aspect on that. Oh, I will say Paula Burrows, Rayla's voice actress.
Yeah, I would love to. Do you know her?
Not personally. I've spoken to her before. I've had brief Instagram DMs with her.
Sick.
But I would say get her on the show. I'd love to.
I would love
talk
to.
About her voice acting.
I would love to.
And lastly, I'd like to phone a friend, please.
Please, you can. Did I not say that in the beginning?
No, you didn't.
Oh, sorry. You see, there's always something I forget. I usually say like you can search something up, phone a friend, whatever. You can. It's fun.
Oh, I will get this. It just might take a while, and you might have to edit this out. Oh, I know. Celios Cosplay, who are my friends, Jay and Leah, and they do a lot of couples cosplays together. And they recently entered the MegaCon Masquerade and won Best Adventurer, and so I feel like they would be a great person to talk more about craftsmanship and sort of managing your cosplay is like good, like because they also do like a lot of photo shoots. So I feel like they'd be a great person to talk about like setting up photo shoots and doing like more professional work, because I see them as professional cosplayers even though it's not their full job. Like I see them as like they would be professional cosplayers, so I think they would be great to come onto the show.
We'll see what we can do to get them on the show. I really appreciate that. Do you have any final thoughts?
My final thoughts are, I'm sorry, Patricia Somerset, if you've listened to this, I rambled on. Those are my final thoughts.
I'm sure it's fine. She's
I'm expecting the unfollow any second now.
She is too cool. I'm sure she'll be like, hell yeah. She probably, like, after she listens to this episode, she's probably gonna be like, hey, just tuned in. You did awesome. You are incredible. To you. And then she'll be like, good job having her on the show to me. Probably. Well, thank you so much, V, for taking the time to come on the show. I'm super happy that like we finally got to talk, finally got to meet, you know, because like I've been trying to get in contact with you for like a while. So like
can I just say I'm so sorry. Because I've been trying to finish my extended diploma.
I get it.
So busy, so I'm so sorry.
Don't be. No, it's completely fine. I totally understand. Apology. No, but like I mentioned that I've been a fan of your work and your cosplays for a long time, for years now, and it's just really cool that like, you know, I get to finally talk to such a cool person that I've been following, and that like we have like common interests and stuff, Dragon Prince, Zelda, all this stuff. So like it's just cool to geek out, learn your story, and I'm just happy that you felt comfortable enough to share your story here on the show. So thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's been so great. This is like the first podcast I've been on. And
really?
So this is like completely new to me. And I think it was like a great way for me to like, I think say stuff about myself that not a lot of people would know other than like my friends, but like it's something that I'm okay with being public, and like I don't want to go onto my Twitter and just go, here's my life story, blah 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 blah. So I think this is just a great way to like have a chat about like our interests, and also just share a bit about myself as well.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like exactly what we try to do here on the show. Like the biggest theme here is, you know, best friends talking about our favorite things, right? And what I like to extend to our guests is that same friendship, because pop culture, media in general, like all of us as humans usually are fans of something. Music, shows, movies, whatever. And there's a lot of overlap and a lot of ways for people to bridge connections with each other through the lens of pop culture or whatever. So I like to try to make this show a place where not only I get to extend, you know, my hand in friendship to amazing creators like yourselves, because I hope by the end of this show we can consider each other's friends. I do, but also the audience as well, to get associated with, again, their favorite creators. So I'm glad this was a good first experience for you. Thank you for saying that.
So great. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, that's all the time we have for today, guys. If you want to hear more from V, be sure to follow her on all of her socials. Links to them will be in the description down below. Be sure to let us know what you think about this episode somewhere on the internet, and be sure to follow us on our socials and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Links to them are down below. Be sure to rate us 5 stars and leave a comment down below. We'll catch you on the next one. Next time on The Razzle Dazzle Show.
When she went back in time, she realized that she was going to have to learn to awaken her time powers in order to get back. And I just knew she was going to be feeling, oh, not this again. I went through this already. And then Rauru comes in and he just goes, I believe that research is the key to awakening your powers, which is not what Rome told her. He told her that prayer was the answer and she wanted to do research.
I didn't notice that.
So the fact that Rauru went, I believe that the research is the key in order to helping you develop your time powers, I was just like, this is the support that she needed to start off with. I do want to see like her relationship with Rauru and Sonya, because let's be honest, those are her parents.
Yep.
Like her actual parents.
Great
grandparents.
grandparents.
Yeah.
Tune in next time.